Thank you. Sounds like he has himself a discerning palate. Where are you going with this? He couldn't hit the broadside of an assault cruiser, hence the tin shredder. Wouldn't be the first man I met bearing compensation for his lack of skill.
You just slaughtered those guards, and for what?
So this is one of the guys who runs the...
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly... Drugs, of course. I don't have...
I don't know if our chemicals are here, but this guy is
Will that... Oh dear, I don't think I can say that. Of course. It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. Chairman Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years. I've long suspected him of transacting business in my name. But this proves it.
Yeah, sure. It's always someone else.
Please, whatever it is that brought you here, whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters.
This colony's problems have always seemed to trickle down from the top. If we're set on fixing Halcyon, that's as good a place as any to start.
Exactly. And
We really gonna do this? Getting involved...
This is about more than bits. This is about the survival. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people have... That's good, because there are sure to be... When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of... But they need to know what's...
You know, I'd been assuming this entire stay on your ship thing isn't a That said, you ain't been eaten or shot to death yet. Says a lot about the stability of your future. And so how's about this? You keep letting me stay on that ship of yours? Outstanding.
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some... I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Then we'd better hope he doesn't... In either case, you should know Wells isn't the only game in town. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got... I've got no love for the corporations, but... Don't think of it... Hey, don't get any idea... anything...
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
fast and dying young.
I better take a look.
Just broken it.
don't want to die!
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Welcome back. How can... I'll be... We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized. All I need now is the What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyway, why do you think we've been doing all this? Oh, hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That makes two things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough... Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's... Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost after years of fruitless experimentation. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? Short of lining up every do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on... We need to get... Merciful gibbering law! You're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip... Yes, exactly. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably...
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's... Once you've skipped the... I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational... We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer. If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2. Or the Sun.
So we're really gonna do... I've seen lots of crazy, Captain. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terra-2's orbit right under the board's nose? There's a sobering thought.
Here, here.
I think this whole plan's insane. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony. I'm gonna try to forget that you've been calling the shots this whole time. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna... You're too trusting, and I'm gonna remember that when I negotiate for my cut of our reward, okay? Well, when... anything... Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean. That's the op... Sure, maybe they'll have a good cry first, but sooner... Just being realistic. Anyway... I know... Anything...
Poor bastard. We're gonna wake up. The least we could do is bury him.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computers. Wait, are you leaving me with the Hope's computer? You have no idea what it's like to converse with him. I mean,